Whoa, whoa, whoa. My gosh, there's so much to unpack, dude. After that, it wasn't even your child. And this guy is threatening you? You were raising his child and he's threatening you. Do what you gotta do. I like what you're doing, man. Do what you gotta do. You divorced her.
My story, the truth about my wife's betrayal. True story into the True Story Nation. I want to start by saying how much I appreciate your channel and the work you do in giving men like me a voice. Watching your videos has been a source of solace during the darkest days of my life. Hearing the experiences of others has made me realize I am not alone. And now I would like to share my own story with you. My name is Byron, and for 6 years I lived under the illusion that I had a faithful wife and a beautiful family. I was married to Mary, a woman I loved with all my heart. We built a life together, and when she gave birth to our child, I thought I had everything I could ever want. Little did I know my world was built on lies. It all started about a year ago when I began noticing changes in Mary's behavior. She became distant, often working late, and more protective of her phone. I chalked it up to work stress and tried to be supportive, but my gut told me something was off. I ignored my instincts, believing that Mary, the woman I had vowed to spend my life with, would never betray me. One day, everything came crashing down. A friend who worked in the same office as Mary sent me a message that changed my life forever. He told me he had seen her in an intimate embrace with her boss. At first, I didn't want to believe it. Surely there was some misunderstanding. But deep down, I knew the truth. I had just been too blind to see it. Determined to find out for myself, I started paying closer attention. I checked her phone when she was asleep, and what I found shattered my heart into a million pieces. Messages between her and her boss, full of passion and longing, confirmed that my wife had been cheating on me for years. They had planned secret getaways, spent nights in hotels, and even laughed about deceiving me. The worst part? The child I had raised as my own was not mine. I stumbled upon a message exchange where her boss acknowledged that he was the father. He knew. He had known all along, but chose to stay silent because he was married and didn't want to ruin his own life. Meanwhile, I was left raising another man's child, believing I was a father, when, in reality, I was nothing more than a stand-in. I was devastated. I felt like my entire life had been stolen from me. The love, the trust, the bond I thought I had with my child, it was all based on lies. But the pain didn't stop there. When I confronted Mary, she didn't even try to deny it. Instead, she cried and begged me not to leave, claiming it was a mistake, that she still loved me. I filed for divorce the next day. The legal battle was rough, but 3 months ago, it was finalized. Mary walked away with nothing. I fought to ensure she got no financial support from me. The child, her boss's child, was no longer my responsibility. I walked away with my dignity intact, but the scars remain. Now my focus is on justice. Mary and her boss carried on their affair for years, all while pretending to be respectable employees. My lawyer is working on a detailed plan to ensure both of them face the consequences of their actions. There are policies in place that make office affairs of this nature grounds for termination, and I intend to use every legal means at my disposal to make sure they are held accountable. Additionally, I have taken another step, one that will truly expose the truth. I have written a letter to the wife of Mary's boss. She deserves to know the kind of man she is married to. Just as I had my life turned upside down, she too has been living a lie. I will not allow him to continue his deception, pretending to be a loyal husband while secretly fathering a child with another woman. Here's the actual email I sent her. Hello, I never imagined I would have to write a letter like this, but I believe you deserve to know the truth. I would want someone to tell me if the person I trusted most was betraying me, and that is why I am reaching out to you today. My name is Byron, and for 6 years I was married to a woman named Mary. We built what I thought was a strong and loving marriage, and I dedicated myself fully to her and our family. A year into our marriage, we had a child I believed was mine. I loved that child with all my heart and took on every responsibility of being a father. However, what I did not know was that for years, my wife was involved in an affair with your husband. I discovered the affair when a friend who works in the same office as them reached out to me. He had seen them together, behaving in ways that went far beyond a professional relationship. At first, I didn't want to believe it, but I needed to know the truth. When I finally checked my wife's phone, I found everything: messages, pictures, hotel reservations. The evidence was undeniable. Even worse, I found out that the child I had raised and loved as my own was not actually mine. Your husband is the father. I cannot begin to describe the pain of realizing that my entire marriage was built on deception. Your husband knew the truth but chose to keep it from me because he did not want to jeopardize his own marriage. He let me believe that I was the father of a child that was his. He let me dedicate my time, love, and resources to a family that was never truly mine, all while he continued his affair with my wife behind my back. When I confronted Mary, she admitted to everything. She begged me not to leave, but the damage was done. I immediately filed for divorce, and as of 3 months ago, it was finalized. I fought to ensure she received nothing from me, and I no longer have any legal obligation to the child who, heartbreakingly, was never mine to begin with. I know this must be difficult to hear. I know that what I am telling you will change your life just as it changed mine. But I could not, in good conscience, let you continue living in the dark, believing you had a faithful husband when he has been lying to you for years. You deserve to know the truth. What you choose to do with this information is entirely up to you. But I have included copies of some of the messages I found, along with evidence of their meetings, so you can see it for yourself. I wish I could say that this revelation brings me peace, but the truth is, it has only left me broken. However, I will not let them get away with this. My lawyer is working on a plan to ensure both of them face the consequences of their actions. Their affair violated workplace policies, and they both deserve to be held accountable. I am truly sorry that you have to learn this in such a painful way, but I know that if I were in your shoes, I would want to know. I hope that whatever you decide to do next, you find strength and clarity in moving forward. Take care, Byron. It was tough revisiting everything, but I needed to do this. I also got a phone call from Mary and her boss. She literally is begging me to take her back and made some threats. Now, true, before you ask, yes, I did have her blocked. She called from a different number. Once I realized it was her, I started recording. I did the same with her boss. Here, this is the conversation with Mary. Mary, Byron, please, I need to talk to you. Don't hang up. You're not answering my messages. I can't keep doing this. I need you. Me. I don't get your messages because you are blocked. Mary, there is nothing left to say. You made your choices. You destroyed our marriage. What more do you want from me? Mary, I love you, Byron. I made a mistake, a horrible, unforgivable mistake, but I never stopped loving you. I know I hurt you, but can't we just try to fix this? Me. Fix this? After what you did? After lying to me for years? After letting me believe I was a father when I wasn't? Mary, there is no coming back from that. Mary, I didn't want to hurt you. I never meant for any of this to happen. It got out of control. I was scared, Byron. I thought I would lose everything. Me. And you did. Because you chose to betray me instead of being honest. Mary, I can't do this alone. I can't be a single mom. My career will be ruined, Byron. You don't understand what this will do to me. Please, I need you. We were happy once. We can be happy again. Me, you should have thought of that before sleeping with your boss, before lying to me for years. This is your mess, Mary. You deal with it. Mary, if you don't take me back, I will make your life a nightmare. You think you've won, but I know things, Byron, things that could ruin you. Me, are you threatening me now? Mary, I know about the unemployment fraud. I know about the tax issues. Do you really think you'll walk away from this unscathed? If I go down, I'm not going down alone. Me, wow, that's who you really are, isn't it? First, you betray me. Now you try to blackmail me? You're disgusting, Mary. Mary, I don't want to do this, Byron, but I have to think about myself. If you take me back, if we pretend none of this happened, I won't have to say anything. We can just move forward. Me, that will never happen. I would rather face whatever consequences come my way than spend another second pretending to love you. You're on your own. Mary, please, Byron, you don't understand. I can't lose everything. I'll do anything, anything to fix this. Me, you already lost everything. And as for your threats, they mean nothing. Whatever you think you have on me, I've already taken care of it. I handled my tax situation a long time ago, and when I was getting my checks garnished, I never let you know. You were too busy sneaking around with your boss to notice what was going on under your own roof. Mary, what? No, that can't be true. I know what you did, Byron. I can prove it. Me, go ahead and try. You'll find out real quick that there's nothing to expose. Unlike you, I don't live a life built on lies. Mary, Byron, please. Please don't leave me like this. Me, you already left me, Mary, the moment you betrayed me. Goodbye, Mary. Byron. No, wait, Byron. I ended the call. You have to know what her boss said to me as well, which I recorded and contacted police. Boss. Byron, you really don't know when to leave things alone, do you? Me. Excuse me? Boss. You think you can just expose my personal life, ruin my marriage, and walk away like nothing happened? You don't know who you're messing with. Me. Oh, I know exactly who I'm dealing with. A liar, a cheater, and a coward who let another man raise his child. Boss. Watch your mouth, Byron. You have no idea the kind of power I have. I can make your life miserable in ways you can't even imagine. If you keep interfering with my family or my finances, I can have people deal with you. Me. Is that a threat? Boss, it's a warning. You need to move on. The divorce is final. What happens in my marriage is none of your business. Me. Your marriage became my business when you spent years sleeping with my wife and letting me raise your kid. And now your wife knows everything. You have no more secrets to hide. Boss, you think you're some kind of hero. Do you know what kind of hell you've unleashed? If my wife leaves me, if she takes my money, you'll regret this. I promise you that. Me. I already recorded this conversation, just like I recorded every other piece of evidence against you and Mary. I already took it to the authorities, so if anything happens to me, they'll know exactly where to look. Boss. You little, do you really think the police care? I have connections. You don't stand a chance against me. Me. Maybe. But I also have lawyers, friends, and now the truth on my side. You can't threaten me into silence. Boss, you're making a mistake, Byron. A big one. You don't understand the kind of people I know. Me. I understand plenty. I understand that you're panicking because you got caught. And I understand that no matter how much you threaten me, the truth is already out. Boss, you'll regret this. Me. No, you'll regret ever thinking you could get away with it. I will say, he probably is right. I truly do believe he has connections. Now, it could have been him just scaring me, but I got calls from supposedly important people. That scared me a bit. I am sharing my story with you because I know there are other men out there who have been betrayed in the worst way possible. Infidelity is more than just an affair. It is a cruel destruction of trust, a theft of the future we believed in. I want men to know that they can survive it. I did. It broke me, but it didn't end me. If you choose to share my story, I hope it serves as a warning to others. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. And most importantly, never allow yourself to be made a fool of. Thank you for taking the time to read this and for giving men like me a platform to share the truth. Best regards, Byron. Update, true story. It only makes sense that I update you with what's happened. I did get a reply from my ex's boss. I'm terrified. I need to go to the doctor. Reply from Mary's boss's wife. Subject, thank you, and my next steps. Dear Byron, first I want to thank you for your courage in reaching out to me. I cannot begin to express how much I appreciate your honesty, even though this truth has shattered me. If our roles were reversed, I would have wanted to know just as you did, and for that, I am grateful. I am so incredibly sorry for what you have been through. No one deserves this kind of betrayal, least of all someone who was dedicated to his family the way you were. The pain of being deceived, the humiliation, the anger. I feel it all, and I can only imagine how much worse it has been for you, considering you were lied to not only by your wife, but by the man who fathered the child you loved as your own. I have known for a while that my husband was unfaithful. This is not the first time he has done this to me. Over the years, I have suspected his affairs, but he was always careful enough to cover his tracks. This time, he got sloppy. This time, he created a mess so big that he will not be able to buy his way out of it. What makes this all the more devastating is that I have just recently discovered that he has given me herpes, a disease I know I did not bring into this marriage. I am urging you, Byron, to please get tested. If he has infected you in any way, you may have legal grounds to take action against him. I have already met with my lawyer. My husband thinks he can threaten his way out of consequences, but he has no idea what is coming for him. I am filing for divorce immediately, and trust me when I say I will take him for everything he has. I will make sure he regrets every single lie he has ever told me. He has threatened to off me. Yes, his own wife. I also plan to expose him publicly. His career, his reputation, it will all come crumbling down. He thinks he is untouchable, but he is not. Not anymore. I have enough proof to ensure that he loses everything he values more than me. His money, his status, and his freedom. I do not care about what happens to Mary. She made her bed and now she can lie in it. But my husband, he will never recover from what I am about to do to him. If you need anything from me, Byron, please do not hesitate to ask. I know we do not know each other beyond this nightmare we have both been thrown into, but I want you to know that I stand with you. You did the right thing by telling me. And now it is my turn to make sure that he faces the consequences of his actions. Again, I am so sorry for what you have been through, but please take care of yourself and get tested. I will keep you updated on what happens next. Sincerely. So, True Story Nation, I have an appointment lined up. Wish me luck.
First step. I'm glad you don't have to pay any child support. They know who the father is. Oh my gosh, that's just nasty. She's sleeping with her boss. So your lawyer's gonna help you get this guy fired and everything, right? And her. That's a good step. Honestly, I kind of believe him too. It sounds like he has connections. So I wonder what happened exactly when you went to the police. Or no, you said you got phone calls. You got some phone calls from people. This is so messed up. Because the sad thing is this, guys. Let's say he gets him fired, and he gets Mary fired. The guy gets divorced, and the wife takes some of his money and all this stuff. You think if he has the opportunity, he's not going to try to take out OP? He's going to try to take him out. I can see that. Man, if you could, you might want to skip states, man. You might want to pack up and leave. Of course, go to the police and see what they can do. But if the police are acting weird and acting like, yeah, we can't do anything to help you, you might want to consider moving. I'm serious, dude. I'm worried. Keep us updated. Keep us updated. Guys, if you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it on the screen. That is truestorynation@gmail.com. I'll catch you guys at the next one.